Hello everyone, I am going to explain question number 19 from exercise 3.2 and this question belongs from 12th class maths. Question 19 is a trust fund has rupees 30,000 that must be invested in two different type of bonds. The first bond pays 5% interest per year and the second bond pays 7% interest per year. So up to here we understood that the trust has rupees 30,000 and trust want to invest it in two bonds in such a way that first bond will get an interest of 5% and second bond will get an interest of 7% per year. So in this way they want to split this 30,000 in two parts and for getting the interest. Using matrix multiplication, determine how to divide rupees 30,000 among the two type of bonds. So we have to solve this question with the help of using the matrix multiplication and with the help of matrix multiplication we have to find out the two division of rupees 30,000 for the required situation. If the trust fund must obtain an annual total interest of rupees 1800 in first case, this is separate. There are two questions, students. Firstly they want to get rupees 1800 and second time they want to get the rupees 2000. So one by one we'll solve. So first there will be a common calculation for both the part and after some steps we'll separate them. First we'll solve the first part and second time we'll solve the B part. So let's start. I hope the question is clear to you. What the question says that the fund has rupees 30,000 that they want to convert into amounts such that on first amount the interest they want per year is 5% and on the second amount they want interest of 7% per year and overall interest at the end of the year they want, on the first case they want rupees 1800 and interest they want on the second case as rupees 2000. So there are two different questions, one by one we'll solve. So see the solution. So in solution I wrote here the total amount in fund. So that is how much? Rupees 30,000. Clearly it is written. And now 30,000 we have to split in two parts, students. So 30,000 we have to split in two parts. So suppose one part is x, then other part is going to be 30,000 minus x. So like this we have to split them. So that I had done here. So once again I am just explaining. In the question they want that the 30,000 we should split in two parts. So one part I assumed as rupees x and if one part is x then second part is automatically going to be 30,000 minus x. So that I wrote here, amount in first bond is rupees x. So amount in second bond obviously it's going to be rupees 30,000 minus x. So that I assumed as equation 1 and 2. So I hope these two assumptions are clear to you. Now after this, now next we will talk about the interest which they want. Now it is given in the question, since the first bond pays rupees 5% interest per year and the second bond pays rupees 7% interest per year. So it is given in the question. So let the row matrix which represent these interest is A. So this whatever information is given to us, this is theoretical information. Now this theoretical information if we want to convert in matrix, that matrix I assumed as A matrix. So this A matrix is giving us the information about the interest. So A equal to 5%. 5% means 5 upon 100. So it's the interest on first bond and 7 upon 100 is the interest on the second bond. So I hope it is clear to you. Firstly I wrote these lines from the question and these are theoretical statements. Mathematically if you want to convert in matrix form, we have to name that matrix any alphabet. So I took it as A matrix. So this A matrix is giving us the information of the interest paid on first bond and second bond respectively. So I selected it as a row matrix. So if you want you can select it as a column matrix also. It depends on you. Now, so interest we took as a raw matrix. In the same way, the amount. Let the column matrix which represents the amount in first and second bond respectively is. So actually the amount which we had assumed in first bond and second bond is already present in equation 1 and equation 2. In equation 1 the first bond amount is rupees x, and in the second bond amount the rupees is 30,000 minus x. So this I going to take as a column matrix. So in these theoretical problems, if one quantity you took as a raw matrix, then other quantity you must take as the column matrix. Then only you are going to get their product as a single element. Again I am repeating, if I took the interest as the raw matrix, then amount I must have to take in the form of column matrix, and if vice versa, if you have to take it as a column matrix, then amount you have to take as the raw matrix. It's very compulsory, unless the product is not going to be a single element, and you already know why it is, because matrix product is now familiar, you are familiar about that, and their order also. Then also very briefly I am just explaining here why it is happening. So see, this A matrix order of A matrix order means rows and columns. So it have how many rows? 1 row and 2 columns. So its order is 1 multiplied by 2. Now B matrix, which is representing the amount matrix, amount in first bond and amount in second bond. It's a column matrix. So there are 2 rows and 1 column. So its order is going to be 2 rows and 1 column. So if you are going to multiply them, if you are going to multiply the AB matrix, its order is going to be 1 by 1. 1 by 1 means only one element you will get here, only single element. So that's why it's very necessary for pre-planning that A you have to take as either row matrix, then automatically B will convert as the column matrix. And it depends on you, either take interest on the A matrix or take amount on the A matrix. Whatever you want you can do it, students. Now, so I hope it's clear to you why there is necessity that interest if you are taking as the row matrix, then why the amount we must take as the column matrix. So I hope it's clear to you, because then only the product is going to be 1 by 1 order. So one element will get it. So let the column matrix which represents the amount in first and second bond respectively is B. So that matrix we named as B. So B is going to be rupees x as the first element, and this is the second element. So this we achieved from equation 1 and 2. Now according to question, total annual interest is going to be A into B. That is interest, when when the rate is multiplied by the amount, we'll get the interest. It's a basic formula of maths. So annual total interest is going to be A multiplied by B. So now we have to solve this. A multiplied by B we have to solve. So which implies AB is equal to, this is A matrix and this is B matrix, which is we achieved. These values of A and B I replaced from equation 3 and from 4. Now we have to multiply them. So two matrices product. So first row multiplied by the first column. So 5 upon 100 multiplied by the x that I entered here. Then 7 upon 100 multiplied by this I entered here. So we got here only one element. This is one element. These are not separate. These are same element. So and now I opened it. So since the denominator is 100, so I took the LCM and 7 is multiplied by both. So I got this answer. So AB is rupees 20. What is this? 2,10,000 and minus 2x upon 100. So this is our interest, which I assumed as equation 5. Now part A. In part A, this interest is given to us is rupees 1800. You can check it in the question. In part A, the interest, annual interest is given to us rupees 1800. So AB is also an annual interest. So according to question, these must be same. So I made them equal, and after this you just see here, this 100 is in division, so it will go in multiply, and then this 2,10,000 is in addition, so it will go in the minus. So minus 2x remain here, and x we want, so minus 2 will come down, subtract them, divide it, so you will get here 1500. So x is 1500. Now in the question, what they want from us? They want the amount which is present in the first bond and in the second bond. So according to the equation 1 and 2, the amount in first bond we assumed is as rupees x, and the x value is 15,000, so it's going to be 15,000. And amount in second bond is it is present in equation second, that is 30,000 minus x. So put here, that will again give us the 15,000. So according to the first part, the amount in first bond as well as in second bond is same, that is rupees 15,000. So like this 30,000 is splitted in two parts. Now in second part, you check in the question, the annual interest is given as the 2000 rupees. So AB is the annual interest which we calculated already in equation 5. So from equation 5, I directly substituted the value, calculation you already have in previous steps. Now from there I copied it here, and now we'll solve this for x, and that will give us rupees 5,000. Now from equation 1 and 2, now again the same thing. Again we have to find out the amount in first bond as well as amount in the second bond. So we'll move again to the first equation and to the second equation. Now in first equation we have amount in first bond is rupees x. Now how much is x here? 5,000. And amount in second bond which is present in equation second, that is 30,000 minus x, that will give us 25,000. So the two answers for two questions we will get. For A part, both bond has amount 15,000 respectively, and in B part, in first bond we have rupees 5,000, in second bond we have amount rupees 25,000 respectively. And you can check that sum is always 30 because 30,000 is split in two parts. So it's a very different question from the other questions because it's a theoretical question. So I hope it's clear to you. Further, if you have any doubt, you can write in comments so that I can clear up your doubt. Now you can download the content of video in PDF from description given below. Thank you for watching.